Hey folks, two purposes for this video. First and foremost, I'm really excited about this. We get to try a brand new brisket rub. Now when I say brand new, I mean brand new to me. It's been on the market a little over a year now, but it's from Smoke Trails Barbecue, which is owned by Steve Gow. Steve Gow's actually a YouTube guy who's been around for a long time, a silver play button kind of guy, well over 100,000 subscribers, highly regarded, well-respected guy on YouTube. Now, he is kind of what I call the Bill Nye of the barbecue YouTube world. He does all kinds of different experiments on his channel. It's a really cool channel. I'll put a link to his channel in my description. But to give you an idea, he's probably got 8 or 10 different videos out there where he's tried a ton of different things, trying to capture the same flavor profile and texture profile that Aaron Franklin gets with his briskets down at Franklin Barbecue in Austin, Texas. Now, I've been there before, and it's a fantastic brisket, so Steve did his very best to capture that same flavor and texture. He's done a lot of different concoctions, he said, but this is the best one he's ever created. So we're looking forward to trying this thing. It looks really good, smells really good. Matter of fact, I'll just give you a look at the bottle here, and he says this is his best one ever. So we're looking forward to trying this, guys. We'll go ahead and get our brisket trimmed up, and we'll show you this as we put it on, because I want you to see the seasoning as I put it on. Now, the second reason for our video today is we're going to test the Spider Grill's Venom in this super cold weather. Now, you may say, why would you do that? Well, the reason why I think about the battery packs more than anything. Batteries for my cameras, as a matter of fact, they get zapped pretty quickly with this cold weather. And bear with me, guys, it's super cold. My hands are about numb. So it's very cold out here right now. I'd say it's probably the high teens at this point, maybe a little cooler than that. But nonetheless, we're going to see the battery pack if it's bothered by this or the actual device itself. Because I like to smoke brisket in the winter, whether it's hot or cold, I want to have brisket, right? So we want to make sure that the Spider Grill's Venom will work on our kettle in the winter. Now we're going to use post oak wood with our charcoal, of course, and we're going to let it go till it gets to where the fat is so rendered I can pop my finger through it. And then we'll wrap it in butcher paper. Now here's where I'm going to be a little different, guys. Once it gets to that point and I wrap it in butcher paper, I'm going to put it in a foil pan and put it in my oven in the house, because I'm tired of being cold out here when I have to come out every once in a while and check on this thing. So I'll put it in the oven, let it finish in the oven, and then we'll let it cool down to about 165 and put it into our warming cabinet for about a 12-hour hold at 150, 145, 150 for 12 hours. Pull it out, slice it up, and give it a try. What I'm going to do is put the seasoning on today, let it stay overnight in the fridge uncovered as a dry brine, and pull it out in the morning, put it on very early in the morning. This is the backside, of course. I'll just season the backside. Oh, I want to show you the rub first too. Definitely has a pepper base. As you can tell, it's very dark. There's some salt in there, of course, but nonetheless, it's a really good looking rub. Smells great, tastes terrific as well. So we'll put this on and get an even coat of it on here. All right, guys, now my plan here is to let this sit in the fridge overnight, uncovered to dry brine. All right, guys, it's about 6 o'clock in the morning. Temperatures in the teens this morning, pretty chilly. So far we got the Spider Grill's Venom making its way to 225. We're going to put the brisket on now. I'll show you what it looks like inside the kettle as soon as we get it on here in just 1 second. Got a pretty good fire going because that block of wood's on fire because I opened the lid up. But I'll put the lid back down, that lid will put that fire out shortly. So, all right, guys, it's on the kettle. We're ready to go. See you guys in a few hours. All right, guys, we're 3.5 hours in, and we're holding right at 227. The internals are about 125 in both the point and the flat so far. So far, the battery's done great, guys. No miscommunications between the app and my phone, and my app on the phone and the device. It's done really well. Everything's read perfectly. No concerns there so far. I thought we'd take a look at the brisket real quick as well and see how it's doing, and maybe spritz it if we need to. Let's take a quick look here. Smoke to clear a little bit. Yeah, looking really good, guys. So we'll spritz it here just a little bit. I usually don't spritz the top, the fat cap, but I'm going to this time. I'm just using water, plain water here, guys. I like the looks of that. We've got plenty of fuel left. Brisket looks really good, guys. I'm real pleased with it so far. Mark's getting set, actually. 3.5 hours in, it's already starting to set a little. It's doing really well. Okay, folks, we've been here about 6 hours, which it looks really, really good. Got a really good color to it, guys. I thought I'd probe it and see how it's looking compared to the temperature on the Spider Grill's Venom. So we're gonna see how it looks here in the point. 158, flat, it's gonna be, wow, 158 also. That's amazing. It's rare that that happens. 167 on that far side over there, but 159 right in the middle between the two. Feels pretty tender there, actually. I mean, I'm not nearly ready, of course, but there's some resistance right there. 156, yeah, we're trudging along 6 hours in. Probably getting close to the stall if we're not already in. Let's go ahead and dump some of those juices off here. Shrunk up pretty good here. You can tell how much shrunk it was about on each end. Now it's shrunk up to this point. I'm gonna rotate it in an effort to keep it from getting too done on one edge there. Leave those same probes in where they were, how they were at least. There we go, that'll work. All right, guys, so we're gonna keep going here. We're trucking along, got some good smoke going. Like I said, we're 6 hours in, right at the 160 range. Put this lid back on and keep on trucking, guys. The Spider Girl's venom has done very well. I've had no problems at all whatsoever with any kind of communication issues. It's getting a little warmer now. It's probably close to 30, maybe even 32 degrees right now. So it's gotten warmer as the day goes on, which was great. Early this morning when the Spider Girl's venom did perfectly fine, guys. No issues whatsoever. Very, very impressed with this device, man. I love this thing. All right, guys, we'll see probably when it's time to wrap. All right, folks, I think we're time to wrap now. We'll go ahead and open it up and take a look at it and see where we're at. It's really good here. Got some good juice here. Oh, that's really, look how squishy that fat is on the point there. Check our temperatures. 172, 183, 175. Here's the flat. 170, 162. Man, that's just so 175. Yep, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this, guys. I believe it's ready to. The fat here is really ready to pop, even on the flat here, but the point definitely as well. So we are going to go ahead and wrap it, and we'll show you that in just a second. All right, guys, here we go to wrap. We're going to go ahead and get our paper wet down a little bit with just water. I have no apple cider vinegar. Wish I did, but I'm out. I think my grandson was doing experiments with volcanoes, and I have run out of apple cider vinegar due to some volcano action, which I'm perfectly fine with that. But typically I like to use apple cider vinegar because it helps prevent the paper from sticking to your brisket, of course. But we don't have that luxury now, so we're gonna just do that. We're gonna put a little bit of tallow down on here as well, right there on it. And some around the bottom of it too. Okay, I'm gonna fold this over. This paper's a little bit wider than I need, but that's okay. Get it tucked real well here. Get this side tucked over as well. We'll just turn it over once. And then twice, so our fat's back up top. Fold that under and then fold it over one more time underneath. Tuck our corners in, we are ready to go. Now guys, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a foil pan and put it in my oven right at 300 degrees. I'll put probes in it, of course, when I get in the house. Put it right at 300 degrees, let this go to, obviously I don't do it till temperature, I do it to where it probes tender. But I'll start checking it with those probes at about 198, 200 degrees in the flat. Then I'll start checking for probe tenderness throughout the brisket from then on. So we should be done in probably, gosh, I'd say 3 or 4 hours at the most. Okay, folks, here we are at the end of our Smoked Trails Barbecue Brisket Rub review. Now, if you remember last night, we wrapped up in butcher paper and put it in my oven at 300 degrees till I got to probe tender. Then we pulled it out and I let it rest on my counter till I got down to about 165. Then I put it into the warming cabinet at 150 and it's been there for the last 12 or so hours. Now we're pulling it out just now, gonna go ahead and get it sliced up. Before we do that though, guys, I do wanna go back and touch base with you on the Spider Girl's venom real quick, let you know our assessment of it, how it's gonna do in the super cold weather. Man, it performed flawlessly, had no issues. It was like it was 80 degrees out here, didn't have an issue one. So very pleased with that. Read temperatures right, never had miscommunication, never lost connectivity. Did a great job, guys. I'm very pleased with it. So definitely tell you, get one of those things, man. If you really do a lot of work with Weber kettles, man, you can't go wrong with that thing. I love the thing. Now let's get our brisket unwrapped and take a look at it. All right, guys. Put some of this on there and let that spill all over it. Oh yeah, it looks good. Looking really good. All right, after we get this thing cut and see how it looks. All right, here we go, guys. Got kind of a short flat here. We got a little more of a point with these flats. There's not much of that flat, that's for sure. Oh, looking fantastic. Good and moist. Looking forward to trying this. Let's try to cut a couple slices here. Let's take a look at this and see how it did. Bend test does great. Look at that, guys. Bends very well. Look at that, looks pretty good right there. I'll do the pull test. Oh gosh, this pulls right apart, guys. That was no problem at all. Man, that's fantastic. I can't wait to try this. Let's go, baby, right here. Here we go. That is fantastic, guys. I really do like it a lot. It's very, very good. I can see where he's trying to get to Franklin's, but it's fantastic. It's got a good pepper flavor. Let me get one more bite here and see if I can give you a better idea of what I taste. I taste some garlic in there and some onion, but mainly, of course, pepper and the salt, obviously. By all means, guys, it's something you want to try. Now, here's the good news and the bad news. Let's start off with the bad news first. So when I went on to Amazon to find the link to supply you guys a link for this rub, couldn't find it. So I reached out to Steve and asked him about it. He said, yep, sure enough, he's had some transportation issues. It's gonna be a few months before we can get this rub back in. but I was already through with the cook more or less by the time I found this out. So I went ahead and said, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a review on it, so when it's available, you'll know. But also, guys, he has another rub, and I'm gonna put both pictures of those rubs up right now on Amazon, so you can see this rub that's not available right now. And there's other rub, it's called Let's Gow, G-O-W, which is his last name. In case you missed, that's his last name, Steve Gow from Smoked Trails Barbecue YouTube channel. And that rub, I'm sure is very, very good. I want to order some of that myself today and try it as an AP, an all-purpose type rub. But I'm sure it's very good. As good as this is, I'm sure that's fantastic. So go ahead and order some of that too, guys. You'll really like it. I can't imagine not liking his rubs. It's very, very good if it's anything like this one. So nonetheless, guys, that wraps us up for today's rub review. I certainly appreciate you watching this video. I hope you got some value out of it. We hope you hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. Until next time, guys, I'll meet you at the smoker.